This morning I got out of bed and I couldn't think of anything to write about. So I stood in front of the window with my coffee in hand, racking my brains, thinking, what should I do? I looked at my app. There was a message from Ed Aaron. It said, "Don't go out unless you have to." Oh, that sounds scary, I said. So I didn't. It's early and the sun is about to rise. I stare out the window at that horizon line where the water meets the sky out in the distance, just like I did yesterday and the day before. I was too busy to take notice, worried about this and that and all the other cares of this world. It seems that there are more worries today than there ever were, or at least you'd think that, especially if you're overindulging in social media, doom scrolling. Yes, doom scrolling is a real thing, something that people do to indulge their fears, to nurture them, incubate them. Fear can bring us a kind of tainted comfort, one that gives ourselves permission to be angry at someone and feel justified about it all. Scrolling for fear, I suppose you could call it. And then we can converse with all the other angry and fearful people on the comment sections, respond to them, tell them what idiots they are because they have a different point of view. It's true, there's a lot of idiocy in this world and it's not a new phenomenon. Then we are surprised that comment sections are full of it too. Maybe we ourselves are part of that elite group and don't realize it. Maybe I am the idiot and I'm too consumed by my idiocy to even realize it. I'm sure there's someone out there somewhere who thinks I'm an idiot. What can I do about that? Nothing, really. But still, I get worked up on YouTube when someone calls me one. Don't argue with strangers on the internet, I keep reminding myself. Maybe I should write a post-it note and hang it from my computer screen, just as a little gentle reminder. I'd probably forget to read it though, so I'm not sure it would do any good. You see, dear listener, I'm not an idiot at all. I'm just forgetful. And so I still get drawn into these idiotic comment responses. No one worried about all this stuff 100 years ago. The weather, some war somewhere, or corruption. They just got on with their short lives as best they could. They had enough worries of their own, rather than taking all that on board as well. However, it seems that these days we are being forced to worry about such things. These fears are being imposed on us by some external forces. That's how social media works. That's how it's designed. Just like a Las Vegas slot machine entices you to put in another coin in anticipation of the next hit that you think you might get. That's what scrolling on YouTube and the like is all about. It's all built into the design. That's why it's so addictive. It's an addiction of fear and doom. Maybe our former journalist friend on BitChute thinks the Jews are behind that too. That's what happens when you become full of religion and teleport guests straight in from the 1930s onto your podcast. You fall out of touch with reality, go over a cliff and enter the realm of idiocy. Now, I'm not allowed to comment on that particular podcast, by the way. I'm blocked from doing so. That's free speech for you, I suppose. But having said that, I have blocked the occasional idiot myself. Yes, I smited them, if there is such a word, with my delete button. It pained me to do it, but some people have it coming. Our beloved Taoiseach was pontificating at some climate change COP event in Brazil recently. That was nice of him. I'd like to go to Brazil too, to see those lovely thong-clad ladies frolicking on the beach. I wonder if Micheál Martin had time for all that. I doubt it. He's too busy saving the world. Of course, the world is full of idiots who don't realise they need to be saved. It's good that Micheál knows these things. It's a fact, he said in his speech. And if you disagree with him, then, dear listener, you are an idiot also. It's also a fact that mass immigration has nothing to do with crime. We know that because Holly Cairns and her hairdo told us so on the Late Late Show. What would us idiots do if we didn't have Micheál or Holly to tell us all these facts? I don't know. We'd be in the dark, I suppose, just like all those peasants were 100 years ago. When I woke this morning, I heard the sound of a loud banging outside. After I got up and got dressed, I went outside to investigate, to have a look. My shed door was open and a ferocious wind was banging the door back and forth, making an almighty racket. I realized in that moment that it was climate change that was doing this. And so I adapted and shut the door, and the climate change went away. And so did the racket.
And that's just a matter of fact.